welcome to my channel. My name is Julia Masalska, as you can see right here. I mean right there, oops. And this is the main channel. So today we're going to do some portfolio reviews, and thanks for everybody who is joining. Let me know in the chat where you guys are from. I love people who are just coming in, so just you know, trying to figure it out. So yeah, so this channel technically is just for, you know, educating freelancing and design, and I have different kind of series coming up. We have the portfolio reviews, we'll have some other stuff coming next. So Felipe, good to see you. Let me know, guys, say hi in the chat. Today we have 10 amazing portfolios that we're going to review. So thanks again for submitting. If you're new to this and if you have not submitted your portfolio yet, or you want yours reviewed, make sure to follow my Instagram channel. It's Julia Masalska on Instagram. And yeah, so amazing to have you all guys here. Evelyn is here, Akin is here, awesome. Valia is here from Baku, cool. I always wanted to go to Baku. My stepfather is actually from Azerbaijan, so awesome, guys. So let's jump right into it. Let's talk about portfolios. Oh, by the way, if you want to submit yours, it's if you go on my Instagram channel onto Julia Masalska. I'm gonna show you that real quick. So let's jump onto my work screen real quick. Okay, so it's if you go onto instagram.com, and this is my profile. It's Julia Masalska, and here you can shoot me a message with your portfolio link, and there, you know, basically I can put you on the list for next Friday. We already have next Friday almost full, so make sure to submit timely and quickly. And I'm gonna be doing this every Friday now, so I'm super excited about you guys submitting so many portfolios. Cool, Gianfilippo is here. Cool, Georgirmia, Crystal, Malini, we're gonna review your portfolio today. Muhammad is here, Firaj. Thanks for joining, guys. All right, let's jump right into it. I don't want to no longer talk about other things. Let's just jump right into it with Founded Digital. Founded Digital sent me her portfolio link, and located in Phoenix, Arizona, USA. And here we find some links right there, and you can see Founded Digital is proficient in Photoshop, InDesign, and Illustrator. So this is already really cool that you kind of have this thing. I think Behance does that automatically. So when you upload your portfolios or your projects, make sure to link the software that you're using. That you can do in the about info when you kind of adding information to your portfolio while you know, uploading the projects. So that gives you kind of the opportunity to be you know, featured, and to also have these little badges here that say basically those are the tools that you use the most, which I think is really cool. And here we have a link to the website, which is also amazing. And about I think is a very important section, guys. Make sure just to really fill out the about info, because it kind of gives a little bit of background about you, about your work, about your experience, and what you want to do. So that way you can also attract the right clients. Cool, awesome. Crystal is also joining. Thanks for joining. Cool. All right, and let's see the about info. Designing and developing unique experiences, web design, tech support, growth strategies to scale your online store. So you can see this e-commerce agency is specialized on growth strategies, web design, and tech support. And it's all about, you know, creating and optimizing an online store. So let's take a look at the projects here. We have 3 projects uploaded. I always recommend to look for, you know, the quality instead of the quantity. So the less projects, the better. But also you want to kind of like fill it out and show that you kind of have a lot of experience. So yeah, I think like 6 to 9 projects are a pretty good amount to have on your Behance page. So let's take a look at this. Attitude is free, web design and development. Okay, we have some logo branding going on here. I see there is a little dot here. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like that. If not, I would remove it, definitely. And we have a resolution, it's a little bit low here. you might make sure that it's 75 dpi, or I usually do even 150 dpi when you export the JPEG image. So that is really that helps you to kind of create the optimized version for the web. But I mean, if it's zoomed out, it still looks kind of good. But since we have this option to zoom in, just make sure to kind of keep it optimized for different screens. I have to admit, I have a pretty large screen here. I have a 27-inch, so when I zoom in, of course it gets a little bit pixelated. That's why I always export JPEGs in 150 dpi. All right, by the way, DPI stands for dots per inch, and it's just the resolution of the screen. Okay, this is a really cool little mood board here that we have going on. Cool, awesome. This looks really good. I like the way you kind of created this layout here. You kind of you took the Behance project, but you also created something own out of it. So you basically inserted this own layout here, which is actually the page, and you kind of mark the start of this with this little square, which is also amazing. It basically shows, hey, this is where the page starts. So this is really, really cool, a cool project, short and crisp. I would like to see a little bit more detail to the branding if you were working on the branding as well. But yeah, this is already great, and it's made in XD, guys. By the way, really cool tool. I recommend you guys to use. Okay, cool. Texas-based food blogger based in Arizona. I think it's great to have a little description at the top and then go get right into it with an image, maybe lifestyle image and a logo on top. If you guys are working on a branding project, that's something I really like to do, is kind of give right away the brand experience with a photo, and so you know what it's all about, and the logo kind of to give it context. All right, I would add a little bit more to the description here, because I want to know what's the challenge there, what exactly is the food blog about, to give a little bit more insight about that. And I can see you did some logo designs here, and you picked the final logo and did some illustration, which is amazing. And the business card looks great. I love this mock-up. I think it works super well with what you have. And let's see, I really love the shadow, the shadow effects that you can add to a mock-up, which I think makes it very tangible, and as if you can just grab it and touch it right away. It looks really cool. And again, here you're using the same concept, that you kind of putting this background to say, hey, this is where the site starts. And I think this is a really great, here we have really great size to kind of get an understanding of what it is. This is really cool. And here we have the tools, Photoshop. In case you have used something else here, maybe XD or something, I would definitely put it in here as well. But otherwise, this project is really cool. I would like to get a little bit more information on what exactly your task was and what the challenge was. So that always kind of helps to understand what this project is all about. But yeah, this is an amazing project to show off, web design and development. Francis, here we have a good size description, so this is perfect. We have the logo right away, we have some a mood board. I'm not sure if this is the mood board that you use to design the website or the branding, but it looks kind of good. And let's see this video, stop motion, super cool, really love it. Great job here. This looks amazing. Perfect. Great. A gift for you, a gift for them. Great. It's nice and short, and you showed the the brand a little bit more in motion, which always helps. We are all visual, and we love to see things that are in motion, so this is awesome. And again, I'm missing your square here, because it's kind of the concept that you've been using before. So this is cool, but you kind of add a little shadow so you can still see. Okay, here we have the square. This works. I think this is great. Your portfolio is great so far. I would add some more projects to it. So I'm not sure if these are real clients. If these are real clients, make sure you can also work on some passion projects just to fill it up a little bit, to show what you want to work with. But this is great. This is awesome. Yeah, it's just the amount of projects. It's just 3 projects. I would maybe have 6 to 9, which would be a great amount. Awesome, great job, Founded Digital. This is amazing, and I love the way you kind of also put it so you kind of like can get in touch outside of Behance. So this is also great. Perfect. I really don't have no other comments except for add some more work to it, but otherwise this is amazing. All right, now we have Muhammad Kasim. Muhammad, thanks so much for submitting. Let's take a look at some of your projects. I'm gonna, guys, you know, I really want to encourage you to only put the work that you're proud of, and to kind of remove the older projects that you've been working on like 2-3 years ago. They're outdated because you have developed as a designer over time, and really make sure that you only take the things that you're proud of and that really represent your current state of, you know, the design mind. Crystal, you're welcome, you're welcome. Hi Rahul, good to see you. And Nick is here also. Yes, Nick, you can submit your portfolio to my Instagram page. It's Julia Masalska on Instagram. Okay, Muhammad, let's see. So again, I have this issue already with a couple portfolios. So if I have your screen here, let's say I have it in like this, right? And your background, your little, what's it called, like thumbnail here, it changes with the way I resize my my browser, right? So you just want to make sure that you keep this size, but when I scale it out, that you can still see the same size. So I would make it way smaller, but this is great that you put your Instagram link there. It kind of reminds me of like YouTube channel titles. So this is awesome. I think it works really great. It's just that the scaling part kind of you know, can get a little complicated, but make sure that you kind of like make it a little bit smaller so it fits into this window. Okay, let's jump into this branding here. Personal branding, love it. I think you did a great job here with a little intro photo. Okay, my question is, what does it have to do with you? Because you're showing roses, you're showing flowers. It kind of makes me think of, you know, something that's flourishing, which is really cool. Does it really represent what you stand for as a branding designer? Might. I would like to know more. It's good that you kind of give a little description here. My brand identity relates to my personality. All the color choices are according to my taste. I have incorporated perfect shapes like circles, rectangles in my logo in order to represent stability and perfection. Okay, so you're saying something here that I think you should change up a little bit, or you could change up a little bit. My suggestion is, because you're saying here all the color choices are according to my taste. But you know that designers make choices not according to their taste. They make design choices for a reason, for you know, for a reasonable decision that they've made for their brand. So let's say the color choices are made according to my minimalistic, you know, work ethic, or you know, just find reasons for your design decisions. According to my taste is not a design decision. And here you kind of say very strongly that you've only chosen these colors and these shapes because it's your taste. The client wants to be understood as a brand, you know, not as a, I have great taste, or let's use my taste, not your taste. So taste is something you really want to avoid, or opinion, or something that's subjective, something that's, everybody has a different opinion on things. So so try to avoid that those words at all if you're communicating with clients. So that's something I've learned. And then you can also give reasons for your design choices that you've made in your design. And the client cannot say anything against design decisions that have a reasonable a reason for those, right? So that I would try to avoid in the description. You can describe, let's say, blue I chose because this color represents, you know, like being serious. The blue color is also calming. You know, those kind of things you want to give for reasons. But this logo design is really great. I love the way you kind of use these geometric shapes to create this minimalistic design. And it reminds me of a G Mohammed graphics, of course, it makes sense now. So this is an M and this is a G. This is really great. I think the logo is amazing. You did a great job here. It's very balanced. It's very balanced. It looks really, really appealing, and the symmetry kind of gives a good kind of shows a good way of designing a logo. So you're also showing different logo variations. Okay, that's cool because you can apply your logo to different things, right? Sometimes you need it more long, sometimes you need it more like a rectangular or like a square. So this is good. Typography, cool. All right, this is good. I would maybe make the typeface of the graphics a little bit bolder because Muhammad is already really bold and graphics is, you know, just a little bit less bold. So I would try to avoid differences here. But I see you kind of designed your own typeface, which is great. It's a great approach. You're showing the colors here. This is awesome. And then you even applied your logo to some different mock-ups, which is really great. I think you did a really great job here to a pen and to a cap and to a stamp. This is good. No, I think this is really great. It's just the top part I would really like either avoid what you said at all, or like just give a description about what your aim was here to achieve. Let's say the challenge was to create my own personal branding, and I represent this and this and this, minimalism, that and that and that, and for that reason I chose those and those and those colors and those and those and those shapes. Okay, so that will probably work better because you want to be reasonable as a designer. Cool. All right, Muhammad, let's take a look at another one here. Oria Electric Company. Okay, so this is, I would like to know more. This is just a mock-up. I would like to see logo variations like you did in your personal branding, but obviously the last projects are kind of the best ones. So just keep this, you know, the structure that you have here is really good already. So if you like, you can also rework your older projects because maybe it's something that you're really proud of, but make the structure just like you did here in your personal branding. Cool. Mohammed is a self-taught graphic designer with over 2 years of experience. He's an expert on logo design. He graduated. Grammar check. You need to do a grammar check before you put something online. It's very, very important to take care of the grammar because I'm reading this and everything looks super professional, and just this little tiny graduated makes me like, I'm so disappointed. No, I'm not disappointed in you, Muhammad. I'm just disappointed in this little grammar mistake. But make sure to spell check your things before you put them. From a well-known, there's an N missing also, Government University of Pakistan in 2020. I would leave that well-known away because that's not really important. Just name the university. He graduated from this and this University of Pakistan in 2020. Okay, but wait a second, but you're self-taught, so that kind of contradicts a little bit. You graduated, but you're also self-taught. I want to know what's the background of this. If the studies or university studies don't have to do anything with your design practice, then just leave it out. It's not very important. You can leave self-taught. I think self-taught designers are some of the times are the greatest designers. So this is awesome. I think it's also great that you only give 2 links here, not too many. Facebook, I don't know how you're managing your Facebook page. Is it like your private page? I would leave away everything that's private and keep it more like professional. So if you have an Instagram page where you're kind of sharing your work, that's perfect. All right, Muhammad, hopefully this was helpful. Awesome work. Keep it up. I want to see more. And let me know if you have any questions. All right, next one up, Valia. Valia is from Baku, Azerbaijan. Awesome. Okay, cool. So Valia, let's pick some project. I think you have a really good amount of projects. This is really great. I would maybe even take out 2-3 that you're maybe not that proud about, but let's take a look at this poster series, or what is it? Yeah, poster series. I think this is always great to kind of learn new skills and something to share like on social media like Instagram. I personally don't have work like this in my portfolio because yeah, it's very artsy, and as designers we love to look at others designers artsy things, or like we love to look at others designers experimental work. But what does it mean for a client? If you have a client that's maybe you know, a festival organizer, then you really want to show a whole project on this. So it would not be very relevant for them just to see a poster series with you know, some of your artsy work, which is, I mean, it's great if you kind of if you want to attract like maybe for a festival client that would be good, or for music, you know, people who need artwork for their album cover or something like that. That would be cool, but really show what this can be used for. So if you're designing a poster series, make a project, maybe like a passion project that has to do with a festival theme, and then you kind of already automatically attract festival clients, right? So make it usable, make the person understand what this can be used for. So this is cool. I like, for me as a designer, I love seeing this. This is so cool, but it needs to have a purpose, right? You want to attract some clients here, you want to you know, get work, you want to get contracts. Random posters. Random, the word random I would avoid. I would rather invent some reason for the posters. Let's say experimental posters. That already sounds very positive, and you know, you can see that you're like to experiment and design and stuff like that. Random sounds a little bit on a negative side for me, so I would change that up to something more, you know, positive. Okay, let me take a look at this one. Okay, so we have it looks like it's okay, so it's a logo collection, logos that you've made. Okay, this is cool. Rulers, house, roof. Here you give a little bit of a description about what this logo is all about, and here you have the reflex arc as rulers, house, roof. I'm not sure what this is. Maybe if you name it, like let's say inspired by whatever, that would kind of give it a little bit more sense here. And I would like to know more about the clients that you had here, because a logo can be a great logo, but depending on the client, your design can work or cannot work. So that's also very important to think about when, you know, presenting something like this. Give a little bit of background information. Chernobyl. Okay, radioactive poster. Cool. I like this. Honestly, I like this, but again, here I'm missing the client connection. So what can this be used for? This is, I guess this is some poster that you've created for Chernobyl aware something. Strongly recommended to not touch, use protective iron. Okay, it's really cool. I think it's cool to watch for designers, but again, we need some client connection here. Well, yes, so we need like real client projects. I see you have a lot of branding here, and this is the type of stuff you want to present when you want to really attract clients. Cool, awesome. I think you can add some more to your description here, and a little about info, what you're interested in. Let's say branding designer, packaging designer. You know, just try to specialize in something that really helps the clients to you know, to choose you before somebody else, because we also have this cool button here that says save as candidate, because you want to keep on doing this and get paid, right? So I would really concentrate on how to present something as if you're presenting to a potential client in that field. So Valia, great work. I really like your logo. Maybe you can add some banner like we have seen earlier, but this is great. Good job. Next up we have Abir Basulman from Saudi Arabia. Packaging. Yay, we have some chocolate packaging. Let's take a look at this. Awesome. So, you know, guys, I am such a packaging freak. I love packaging and everything that has to do with it, especially if it's combined with branding. I think this is a great project here. I would like to know what you did, what you made the mockups with. It almost looks like it's a 3D software that you've used here. That would be great to know. A little description at the top will be interesting to show, like who is the client, what's the target audience, you know, just like little information to the background. Chocolate packaging, and even if it's just a passion project, you can write passion project, blah blah. I've invented a client and the client has this and this target audience, so that works as well. I like the color palette here. I would decrease the drop shadows a little bit just because they're so dominant. They're kind of very dark, and I would make them way smaller and way lighter. That would kind of make the colors pop a little bit more, and you know, make me have the attention for the color instead of the drop shadow. Chocolate packaging, this is cool. I feel like this is something similar like we've been working on here on my YouTube channel. Let me know. I would like to know if that's like something inspired by that. This is nice. You have some other perspectives here. We have some little imperfections here. I will work those out. Those little, there's little like, even if you have a 3D software you're working with and it didn't come out as perfect as you would like, you can still bring it into Photoshop and make a little edits like retouches and so on. I'm gonna make a video on that on my YouTube channel, how to kind of retouch 3D renderings. When I'm rendering, I always have like little imperfections or little things, or I want to change the shadow a little bit. So I always do that too. So stay tuned for that. Here we have a little shadow missing also. This part is just the same color as here, so make sure that you have the same you know, amount of shadow everywhere. So here this side is a little darker than this one, and here these are almost the same. So here I would give a little bit more shadow to this side. All right, we have some business cards. I love the color palette. It's a very interesting color palette and it works super well with chocolate, so great job here. Awesome. And this one is a Saturn coffee. Okay, again here a little description would be great to kind of understand what this brand is all about. What type of coffee is it? Why did you pick Saturn, the Saturn as the you know, logo element? What's the reason for that? Saturn coffee. I think generally this looks really cool. Here we have a little imperfection going on. Make sure to kind of get rid of those things. In Photoshop you can just use the stem tool and just like, you know, edit a little bit. But otherwise this is looking great. I think even the 3D models came out great. Good mock-ups. This is nice. Business cards came out cool. Again, I would like to know more about this brand, so maybe a little description would help. And here, if you have lorem ipsum, just get creative and write something real. Just make something up, and that will already kind of make the brand look way more real instead of using lorem ipsum. Cool, awesome. And I like the little banner that you did here. That always kind of invites to give you a like. Cool, great job, Abir. Continue doing that. I would even make another row of projects here just to kind of show that you have enough experience to really work on a project, and you know, just show off your skills a little bit more. But otherwise it's cool. I love this little hello thing. It also works with my super large screen. Let's scale it down. You did a good job here. This is amazing. Okay, great. Malini, there we go with your portfolio. Okay, Malini, I'm really excited about this. You made a site here. This is great. I would like to know. Oh, okay, this is seems to be portfolio, Adobe portfolio site, and we have the links here. This is awesome. Work about contact. Perfect sizing, perfect everything here. Your little logo here in the background. Maybe I would give a little like intro into your work. Maybe make a little collage out of different artwork that you've done. And make it a little bit on maybe like a darker background, or you can even overlay it with this you know, this peachy color that you're using, and you know, make it disappear a little bit in the background. Decrease the transparency. You use something like that to just kind of give an impression, but not you know, but still make the text stand out of this intro page. logo and brand identity designer and how brands stand out from the crowd. This is really cool. I think this is a really great statement, and I think this is short and crisp, and describes what you do and describes your mission, help brands stand out from the crowd. It's super cool. Okay, let's take a look at this. Ooh, okay. So you only have, since you have 3 projects here, when we scroll up, it's kind of like, oop, okay, it's a little stuck, but nonetheless, this is cool. Let's take a look at Crown Lake logo. I think okay, this is really cute. The logo is really good. You have the graphics, I cannot complain at all. This is really, really great. Cool. And we have a little intro here. This is a tourist destination called Crown Lake. Really cool. I like the way you show the logo in black and white. I would love to see it in color as well, and your color palette. Hopefully it comes somewhere here. This is also really nice. I might even use this picture at the top just to kind of already get the idea of what this project is all about. And it's all about, it looks really resorty to me, this picture that you picked, and it looks really great. Maybe the top of the picture has a little, is a little dark. I will maybe brighten it up a little bit. This gradient here, I will maybe brighten it up to the top a little bit, just so it doesn't look so gloomy, but looks more, friendly and inviting. Okay, this is cool. And this is how to not use the logo, I guess. Yeah. Sketching is usually followed by, more sketching once that's over. You kind of give a little insight into your workflow. That's also cool. So you kind of give sketches and mood board. Again, here I would love to see the logo in colors, and I would love to see your color palette as well. So that would be awesome. Super cool. Great project. Let's take a look at another one here. Pet Love. Identity design for Pet Love. A visual identity project done for a retail brand that sells pet products. See, that's a good description. It's very short, it's just one sentence, but it already gives you a good insight on what it's all about. This logo is amazing. You did a great job here. Pet Love is an online retailer. Color, typeface. Cool. This works super great. Amazing. I love the way you kind of did this. With a t-shirt, I would make sure that you extend the background. You can just select those 2 rectangles in Photoshop, and then there is a magic tool called Content Aware Fill. So it will fill those 2 rectangles with the exact same background that you have in your here in the middle part. So even if it has texture on it, it will exactly apply the same background to those rectangles as well. So that's a great tool that I love to use when I have mock-ups that are weirdly sized, or I want to create a little bit more space around them. So that is cool. Malini, great work. Let's take a look at your about real quick. I think it's a really cool picture. I love black and white, and very simple. Looks very friendly. Logo. I love creating things from scratch, and that's why I'm fascinated with all the things design. Yeah, I think it's great. Malini, you're ready to go. Add some more projects here, so when I scroll it doesn't stop, and also just to show a little bit more work. But this Crown Lake project is amazing. Keep it up just the way you did it here. Cool. All right, and next up we have Angelo Acebo. Okay, we have a bunch of projects here, and we have a quote here on the side. The life of a designer is a life of fight. Fight against the ugliness, just like a doctor fights against disease. For us, the visual disease is what we have around, and what we try to do is cure it somehow with design. Yeah, it's very interesting, but it puts a very negative way of seeing design, because it's like a fight. It's like as if you have to put so much effort into this, and for you it's like you're like trying to get through this project, but really you're doing it as a passion, right? So I would maybe pick a quote that shows how passionate you are, and design for you is something that fulfills you, that it's not a fight. It's more like it's not like a disease, but it's more like, wow, it fills me up, and like I'm like a sponge, and it fills me up, and I'm giving it back, that kind of stuff. So maybe the quote is a little bit negative here, but let's take a look at the project. Leaf and Clay Boutique Body Works, Pecha Kucha Mariner, Okay, I guess those are all the projects, right? So it would be cool here to have little like, oh yeah, I don't know why the hover effect just didn't work, but let's take a look at this rebranding here. Leaf and clay. For some reason, your page is a little bit aligned to the left. So maybe when designing, you can maybe leave this part aligned to the left, but put this part into the middle. So just so that like, I guess it's just my scaling because my page is really wide. But you know, everybody has different screens, so you gotta make sure that it fits to any screen. Leaf and clay. I love this little this end here. It's really nice. The balance here is really cool. Succulent plants, handcrafted pots. Okay, now we already know what this is about. It's all about plants, handcrafted, challenge, solution. This is great, guys. So put a challenge. So what does the brand want to achieve? And then the solution, what did you do to help the brand achieve exactly those things? So that helps a lot to understand what the project is all about. Wow, you show a high variety of logo designs. You can see you did a lot of research here, and you were looking at different ampersands to use, and then you came up with this. So this is cool. I love this little research part here. This works well. I would love to see the logo in black and white, so in white on black. Okay, this is awesome. Typography and color, primary colors, print type. This works well. This works super well. Cool. Yeah, you have some mock-ups that show how the logo is applied. Love it. Yeah, it's good. Just yeah, this is good. You have the same concept I see for every project, so that you kind of do a little logo exploration, and then you show the identity, what you kind of combined to achieve your logo iconography. So this is awesome. Cool. Touch points, app design, user flow. You really went into depth with this one, which I really like. I think this is really great, and keep it up. This is a really great model to kind of show. The only thing here that I'm kind of I could complain about is the layout, because here we have challenge and solution. They're kind of like floating in the air. You have so much space to the text. Maybe I would decrease the spacing here, leave enough space from this chapter here, and but you know, kind of put the solution closer to the solution and the challenge closer to the challenge that you describe here. But this is really great. I think this is great work. All right. Otherwise, I would change up the quote. But otherwise, this portfolio is really good. I really like it. You have a good amount of projects, so this is great. Thumbs up. All right, next up we have Reda, founder and art director at the Passionate Studio. I like the way you kind of you write your own name, but also you mention the studio that you work at, or maybe it's your own studio. But really cool. Good to see some artists from Morocco. I have a good friend who's from Morocco. Hey there, I'm Rada. I am a passionate and growth-driven graphic designer. I specialize in brand identity and love working with businesses to improve their visual aesthetics. Okay. Yeah, you can also mention that it's not only about the visuals, but also about, you know, improving the whole branding and the whole message, because this is what branding is all about, right? And I like the way you use growth driven, because this is very important. Every business wants to grow, right? Everybody wants to make more money. So growth driven is a really good explanation of your workflow, and that you really work with a client, you know, to help them grow. I think this is really important to mention. Yeah, Crystal is saying love the patterns for those chocolate labels. Totally. Yeah, Malini saying thank you so much. You're welcome, Malini. Hopefully we'll see some more of you. All right, so let's see, I specialize in if I sound like someone you would want to work with, please feel free to reach out to me. I would avoid this formulation that you have here. If I sound like someone you would want to work with, rather say let's say, let's work together. Make it like you know, like an exclamation mark thing, of course without exclamation mark, but say, let's work together. Feel free to reach out to me at blah 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 blah. Kind of, you know, make it a little bit more like short, crisp, because here you kind of show a little bit of insecurity. If I sound like someone you will want to work with, you know, I might not be the one, but I might be the one, but you know you are the one, so you just want to give this direction. Hey, reach out to me, let's do something, you know, make it a little bit more that type of message. Let's take a look at this amazing grind packaging here for your can. Coffee branding. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is awesome. I really like the way this is actually the perfect example of how to start a project. Give a little intro image with a lifestyle picture in the background and the logo in the front, and show what this project is all about. So this is all about coffee. It's not misunderstandable at all. Isaias is here from Argentina. Welcome. And Carius is here. Cool. Good to see you guys. All right, the grind coffee branding. We have this client, designer and art director. There's a little description here. There's a brand story. There's a video. It's awesome. Okay, the grind. Bam. A little animation that you did probably. So this is cool to show a little bit more than just, you know, just images, to put a little bit of motion into your logo or into the branding aspect, so that you can do with Photoshop, or you can do it with After Effects, or you can also do it even in XD, which I really like to do because animating in XD is just so easy. All right, brand story. I wish this part, this video would fill until the edges, just because we have this, you know, this layout here that all the images go until the edge. So make sure to kind of stay consistent throughout your project. So we have the official logo, we have the different color combinations, sub-brands, coffee beans. This is really cool. I think this is awesome the way you show it. Kind of, this is the most important one. These are also important, but they're like kind of like, you know, supporting on the sides. So this is really cool, and I love the way you kind of applied the same design but changed up the different you know, color and the name, coffee shop or coffee beans. So this is really cool project. Great colors, black and white. I would show the black and white right in the beginning, and then you kind of jump into the color. Initial mood board. Mood boards, maybe I would even you know, use bolder, larger pictures and put them into like a whole board of, you know, moods, like how do I describe this, a whole image of other images, so that here it kind of looks almost like, oh, these are little logos or something. So I would just keep them in squares or rectangles and like lay over each other, so you get this mood. That's what the mood board is for. Logo rational. Cool. Okay, coffee bean. Why is the D here dark? I'm not really understanding this. The coffee bean. Okay, so you're explaining what the different parts of the logo are. Now I understand. So this is cool. Yeah, I think this is a really great way to kind of show how you made the design decisions and what the shapes are coming, where the shapes are coming from. This is really awesome. I think this is just a great logo. It's just great work. Okay, you show different colors. Maybe you can even make these bubbles that color that you're showing. So that will be something to think about. Yeah, cool. I think it's all in all, it's just a great project. And here you show different lookups, how to use the logo, clear space, awesome. What's the unit of measurement? The X. Where do I find the X in the logo? So usually you take an element from the logo and use it as the unit of measurement, just so you have the proportion. Right now, I don't really know what the space is. You know, it can vary. You need to really give a reference to the logo. So let's say the G is the spacing reference. So then you will be like, okay, here is a G wide here, G wide here, and G wide here and here. So that will be something that will make sense. Okay, maybe I don't understand something, but oh, okay. So you're showing exactly that. That's it. Okay. Okay, but it will be easier to understand if you take this G and just put it in a very light color right here, right here, right here, and right here. So you don't even need this. You don't even need this description. So that will be easier to understand maybe. Cool. I love the mockups. You did a great job here. This project is amazing. I have to say this, you did a really, really great job. You really went into depth and different mockups, and it's all very consistent. You are using a lot of texture here, which I really like. You are using this texture like very consistently everywhere. Great job. I feel like this mockup is a little overused. Maybe, you know, change up something there. This is cool. A lot of mockups. These are kind of similar. I will maybe take one of those away and just put the different colors on one mockup. That will work as well. Cool. Awesome. Well, great project. There's a lot to see here, but I think this is awesome that you kind of really going into depth and really showing this, you know, what you're working on the depth of, you know, the things you're going into. So this is great. The Passionate Studio, let's see what, yeah, this is cool. Let's see, this perfectly works in here. Even if I scale it down, it still looks cool. It still works. And well, amazing job, Rita. Cool. I'm glad you have so many projects. You have a great description. I really don't have nothing to complain right now, to be honest. I think you will be a really great candidate if I would have to do some packaging work. So amazing. Now we have Tunch here with Jam Bam Strawberry Jam logo design. Cool. All right. I would like to have a little description here that kind of shows Jam Bam Strawberry is this and this brand, and this it's all about this and this and this. How many pages approximately do you recommend to have in a single project? Well, the page sizes vary also, so I can't really say pages, but you wanna have the person look at the project for about maybe 5 minutes. So more than 5 minutes. If it would be too many visuals, I would maybe get a little bored. And so yeah, just make it realistic to look through and not too short. Jamberry, Jambam. This is really cute logo, works super well. Classic recipe. I love this little image here. I would love to see the logo somewhere here just to show what this image is all about. So let's say this might be like a social media post or a logo, or just to show why you're showing this image right here. Jambam. I love this mockup. This is really great. The way you apply the logo and make a little label here. It's so simple, but it works well. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering if this is the same. I would avoid, you know, putting the same mockup twice. And here again, I would love to see what this is used for. Let's say it's a social media page. Put it in the mockup on the phone and show, hey, this is a social media post and this is how it looks like, and you know, put a little logo icon there, whatever. So just show a context how this image is being used. You're showing images. I love it. I think it's good to have like a connection between image and logo. And the images are from Unsplash. So basically you kind of wanted to enrich the Jambam experience with some imagery. But I would like to see how these images are being used for this particular brand. Great. No, this is a great logo. I will really work on some more mockups maybe, and you know, use these photos for something. Show social media posts. All right, great project. Okay, so next up we have Jonas Santos. Jonas, let's see what we have here. I see a lot of very artsy work here. I think it's really cool, and you're kind of combining like art where you're sketching something whether it's digitally or I think it's all digital sketching. And then you kind of also have these packaging projects in between, which kind of stick out a little. But here again, you kind of used your skill, you know, of like sketching, making illustrations, and you're using this texture here on the text, which I think is really cool. And yes, you can definitely use your art and commercialize it and make something out of it that can make money, like a packaging design. So this is awesome. I like this visual identity for the bougre. Cool. Yeah, I like this project. I think the packaging project is really cool. Here, that might be I think, yeah, this is a poster, so this is also cool. Posters are also something you can make money with, so this is great. Okay, poster 509. I like the way you kind of have this title, description, and then you're showing the artwork. So this is really great. I love the large images here. You have even some animation maybe going on. Okay, so you're basically giving this image a life. You're giving it some like texture and like scratches, which I think makes it way more interesting than just look at an image like that, right? So you kind of make it move, make it alive. And I think this is a really cool approach here to do that. Great work. Wow, I think this is really amazing work actually. And this is also some kind of stage background, stage design. And I love the way you kind of showed the way your art can be used. And this is what makes art, you know, make money, because you show how this art is being used and how you can commercialize it. So this is great. Awesome. Wow, I would love to have my artwork this big and so many people looking at it. So this is amazing. Great job. And you're showing also, hey, you know, by the way, this is real. This is not just a mock-up. This has been actually used. My art has been part of a show of like some rappers, maybe some musicians, doesn't matter. But yeah, it's really nice. I think it's really refreshing to see something like this, very interesting. And the good thing is here, I love the way you have your own style. I really see the way you kind of have your own way of creating something, and that here we have a little bit more like, you know, like graphics created in Illustrator or something, and here we have something that's like really sketched, and you've been like sitting there and looking into the details and creating these textures and overlays. So this is really great. I would maybe, let's see about your about section, bio, Jonas Santos. I love this. This is really cool. Maybe you can even make it in that same style that you're using throughout your artwork, maybe something like this. So that will be also kind of confirmation. So hey, this is my style and this is me, and this is my portrait in my style. So that would be also really cool. With almost 10 years of experience in the area of communication, I collaborate with several advertising agencies, producers, animation studios. This is good. You kind of give the insight about your experience, and so future clients who are maybe some kind of animation studio or advertising agency know, okay, he has the experience and he's the person to hire. So this is really great. I love your portfolio. Honestly, you have such great work here, and you have this combination of, you know, these sketches and commercial artwork. And I see some fashion here as well. This is cool. You have a high variety of work. If I were you, I would maybe specialize in something more specific. So maybe like, let's say you specialize in advertisement, and like, so like creating advertisement pieces or packaging pieces, or you can kind of reorganize your portfolio so you can say, hey, this is what I've done in advertisement, and hey, this is what I've done in packaging. So that will be also great to kind of get an idea. Okay, what is this project all about? Is this, you know, just an artwork, or is this really done for a client? And maybe, you know, this might, as well as, for all I know, this might be a beer can design that you kind of put up here. So I would love to see kind of like a division between those different projects to say, hey, I can do art for your show, but I can also create packaging, and I can also create a commercial advertisement. So that will be awesome. Awesome, cool. I love your portfolio. This is really great, Jonas, and I love your logo. This is amazing. Thanks for submitting. Hopefully this was helpful to you, but really you're just a great designer, and I'm not even worthy of commenting on your work, but you know, maybe you can take something out of that. Okay, and we have the last one up, and it's Julia Micheli Pita. Art criticism, art focused on the masses, art that was not considered art, collective art. What is art and what is not? This is a good question. I think that's a question that almost every design and art student asks themselves. What is art? What is design? And you know, kind of the definition blurs out sometimes. I designed a book collection where the main argument is art criticism. 3 different periods of our history outlined by the different authors, 3 different paths to think art. This is awesome. I think this description really makes you understand what this is all about, so it's great that you kind of already from the beginning say, hey, this is that, and this is what it's all about. Going public, Boris Groys. I love the way you kind of use the same colors in the book, so you know, okay, this belongs to this image, right? And not to this one. Cool. This is really pretty. I think you did a great job. It looks like you're a very professional graphic designer, and this was really impressive for me. And you have some experimental work also going on. And again, you're using the color of the book that you want to show here, which is really, really smart. Cool. Very great. I love this that you didn't use just mock-ups, that you really took your own photos, and they're great photos. I would maybe edit them just a little bit, brighten up so they are similar color. From like here at the top you see it's a little bit lighter, here at the bottom it's a little darker, so maybe make it similar, looking very similar color. And also jumping from one photo to the other, you can see this is more like a cooler gray, and this is more like a almost like a warmer gray and lighter. So jumping from one photo to the other will make it, you know, more seamless if you kind of work a little bit on the background here as well. Here it's a little bit almost going into blue tones, so make sure to keep that consistent. That really helps to create, you know, connection between the images. And again, you're using this blue tone to show, okay, this is about this this book. I really like that. This is amazing. Yeah, and even here, the blue color, you can even work a little bit on these little touches here on the corner, for example. There's little imperfections here and there. Even in the print, sometimes there's imperfections. You can edit. Here we have little reflections going on. Again, I would maybe work a little bit on the background. It's just so, because there's so many things happening in the background, you almost tend to kind of give it a lot of attention instead of giving attention to your wonderful artwork, right? So good. And again, here we have colors that are a little bit mismatching, but I love your photography is really, really nice generally, and I really like this image that kind of sums it all up. Look, these are all 3 at once. Okay, this is great, and we have only 2 minutes left, so let's take a look at another project. This looks very interesting to me here right now. Doxa Festival Film Festival Identity. Super cool. I really love the way you kind of already implementing motion here and kind of changing up the posters. Hey, look, this is the variation of this. Really cool. I really love the way you were super experimental in your work, and then you kind of go into detail, showing different mock-ups. Very realistic, by the way. I mean, I can totally see this. And again here, by the way, guys, if you want to create GIFs like that, you can do that in Photoshop. It's very, very easy. Cool. Awesome. So you're planning basically the different configurations, main logo and configurations. Cool. Yeah, I like that. You kind of give a concept. Here the line divides. I'm wondering what the line is dividing, because this kind of belongs together, I feel, and then this is separate, divided by the line. Okay, this is really cool. I love it. Honestly, you did a great job here. This is a really great project. The photos are amazing. Information board. You give just enough information, you know, to understand what this is all about. If I would pass by here, I would totally take a look at this. Okay, and then you again have some colors in here implemented. Cool. And you even go into the design of the site, right? So that's what I see here. This is really cool. Works super well. The way you did it, you don't even have to create a real mock-up, you know, just show like that, that's fine. Here, even more mock-ups, merch. Really great. Again, you're really into print, it seems, so that's great if you kind of print it out and show it as a print, so your future clients will understand, hey, you know, this girl, she loves print and we do too, so we should do something together. Amazing. No, honestly, this is a really great project. You can really be proud of yourself. I cannot really even give you a lot of comments on this. I also think you have a good amount of projects, so there is a lot to see. Maybe a little about info. Okay, there it is. My name is Julia Michelio. Cool. Wow, you give a lot of information here right away. You kind of give your whole resume basically, and you have a lot of links here. Maybe I would just give the most important 3, just because if I would look through this, I would never go into all the links. The ones that you want to guide the people to, that are the most important to you. But really, really great portfolio, Julia. You can really, really, really be proud of yourself. Thanks, guys. It was really amazing session today, and thanks for all of you who joined. And you can follow me here at Julia Masalska on Instagram, and submit your portfolio if you haven't yet. And I'm hoping to see you all guys next Friday, because next Friday we also already have a lineup of portfolios coming up. And cool, awesome. Thanks everybody for joining, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.